What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a brand new video for you guys. I know it's been about 3 months, and guess what? A lot can change in 3 months. I've done so many cosmetic upgrades to my car, performance upgrades to my car. I can't wait to share with you guys. You have to stay tuned to find out. Let's get right into the video. Let's start off with the front. Can you see what's different right away? First up, I got rid of the 50th anniversary badges, and this time I went with the OEM BMW badges again. But guess what's different? What's different is I bought them from a company called American Panda Design, and what they do is they paint the outer silver ring around the roundel, around that badge on the hood. They paint it black, so it's very subtle, it's aggressive, it blends in. You wouldn't know unless I pointed it out to you, but it's so cool when you notice it. It really just enhances the look of the car in the front. Now the next thing I want to share with you guys is the fact that I changed out the front lip. This time I went with an OEM BMW M Performance front lip. I got the OEM M Performance carbon fiber splitters in the corners, and I went with the hard plastic M Performance front lip. I didn't go with the carbon fiber. Those things break and crack, and I went through 3-4 lips already in the past, aftermarket carbon fibers. This time I decided to man up and just pay and get the OEM BMW M Performance pieces. They fit perfect. I love how it completes the front of the car. It really ties it together perfectly. This face of the car, it looks like a beard that connects. I'm telling you, it's just aggressive, it's subtle, but it's mean, but it's everything, and it's not, you know, too in your face. This is how the car should have came from factory. Just look how complete. That's the word, complete it looks now. And if you look closely, you'll notice that underneath it, I decided to put the scrape guard. It's very much like Slip-Low. I got it from Amazon. It's ideally the same thing, and it's really been taking a beating and saving the lip. So yeah, that's definitely a major little baby upgrade that is worth putting on any and every lip. Now take a look behind the grille. You'll notice I'm no longer rocking the red vinyl wrap on the front brace bar. It's a little corny to me now. It's tacky. I don't really want to draw attention to behind the grille back there. I enjoyed it for the last couple years, but now I'm kind of over it. Also, while we're talking about behind the grille, you'll notice that I'm no longer rocking the Project Gamma front mount intakes. I'm no longer rocking the Project Gamma front mount intakes. I'll get more into that when we cover the performance upgrades, but I had to share that with you guys. The front is looking very OEM now. I actually like that. This actually looks like the car that I bought 4 years ago. Now from this angle, guess what's different? That's right, I went back to my Apex 19-inch wheels, the Apex VS5RS wheels. I changed the center caps from the Apex red, and I changed them over to the OEM BMW center caps. That little difference right there, that subtle change, that made me fall in love with these wheels all over again. They look so OEM, plus they look just like the CS wheels, and they're perfect. I get more tire, I get a 35 sidewall, and they're more comfortable and easier to clean. As much as I love my 666 Competition wheels, these are the correct choice for your daily driven car. Now the next change I want to share with you guys is the fact that I finally decided to pull the trigger after all these years and finally get some tints. I went with ceramic tints, 35% around the sides, and I went with 50% on the windshields, both of them, the rear and the front. I like it. It's OEM plus. To me, it's aggressive, but it's not begging for too much attention. It's the right amount of darkness, but you can still see inside what's going on. And at night, it is kind of dark though, I'll give you that. But it's enough for me to enjoy, and it doesn't attract too much of the wrong kind of attention. I mean, I did get one ticket already for tints, but you know what? That's just part of the game, and just have a good lawyer. That's the best advice I can give you about that. As a quick side note, I will say that I most likely will get these tints redone by a professional shop, probably keep the same percentages. My problem with these tints right now is the fact that there's still like some bubbles, and it's starting to lift at the window already on the corner. It's only been like 2 months, so I don't know what the hell is going on with that. But I still love the percentages, 35 around and 50 on the windshields. That is the sweet spot. That's definitely the sweet spot. Now from the rear view here, you'll see that I have a brand new carbon fiber trunk spoiler. That's right, I went with the M4 CS spoiler. This is OEM from BMW. It's great fitment, great quality. I love how it just completes the look of the car. It completes the rear. It's aggressive, but it's not too much like a PSM spoiler. It is perfect for this car, for my build, how I want it, and I just absolutely love it. But we're not finished with the rear just yet. What I have here is I deleted the red reflectors on the bumper, and we went with the Acexxon, I don't know how to pronounce it, but you know the company. They made these reflectors with a honeycomb design, and it's blacked out. It looks great, it's subtle, it blends right in, and it's exactly what I was looking for. It is cool as hell. And how could I forget all about the M Performance tips I have here? These are aftermarket. I got them from a reseller, a drop shipper, whatever you want to call them, from eBay, from AliExpress. They all get it from the same place. The point is, I really like these carbon fiber tips here. You see they're 4-inch tips, so they really fill up all the space. It's a tight fitment. It's like sometimes it honestly busts because it rubs the diffuser slightly, but it's just so aggressive and it really fills out this whole area here. It's great. I actually really like it. I don't mind the little like occasional little rubbing you get from it. That's not nothing wrong with a little occasional rub, you know what I mean? But yeah, check out these tips. Black and performance style exhaust tips. Most people have a silver tip. I used to run the blue tips, but this is very subtle and aggressive. And guess what? Normally I run them more out the diffuser here, but I've been driving with them more tucked in. I'm just trying something different here. As for the diffuser, this is a status group diffuser. They make a really good M performance style diffuser here. It pokes out a bit, which I like. And you know what? It's good enough for me. If I get a good deal on an M performance diffuser, an OEM one, I will most likely switch over to that. And if you take a closer look, you'll notice I'm not running my fancy wide big under tray diffuser. I was making some exhaust changes, and you know what? I had to get the diffuser out the way, and I left it off ever since. I'm enjoying a more subtle, classy OEM look here. If you get my drift, that's been my vibe for the last couple months with this car. I'm just enjoying a simpler look. I'm not trying to draw too much attention, but just know there's something there. Now I mentioned I was making exhaust changes, and guess what's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. My AWE switch path exhaust is back. I missed it. I missed that grumble. I missed that rumble. I missed that aggressive, deeper tone to the exhaust system here. See, AWE, they use 3-inch piping here. American made, amazing quality. Just look at the welds. It really changes the sound and gets rid of the rasp, and you always have a nice, good, mean, grumbly tone to it. Really spices up the daily driving. I really just got tired of the titanium equal length exhaust I was running. It was from a Chinese drop seller, so you know how that goes. Like, it was nice for a little bit to experience it, say I had a titanium exhaust, but you know what? It's just not AWE. It's not American made. It doesn't have that, like, just that mean, you know, that growl to it, as an exhaust system should, to me, that deeper, aggressive tone. So I'm happy to be back with my AWE exhaust. I'm proud to rock it. Now let's get right into the good stuff. Right away, you'll see what's different right here. I'm back to my stock air boxes, my stock intakes from BMW. But what's different is, inside of them, I went with the BMC drop-in air filters. That air filter upgrade right there is enough for the power that I'm making. It's perfect for me. It's perfect for daily driven cars. I'm not making 1,000,000 horsepower, 1,000 horsepower, so it's not needed to have a crazy upgraded intake. Now you're probably asking yourself, you're wondering, what happened to my Project Gamma front mount intakes? One of my biggest videos is on me installing them, and my most recent one was me praising them after a year of having them, so why would I go back to my stock OEM intakes? The thing is, I really enjoy the Project Gamma front mount intakes, any front mount intake, as a matter of fact, for that matter. They sound great, they look good. I think I'm getting older, I think I'm over it. I miss the car how it was when I bought it. Like, this is more like the car that I bought. I'm more in love back with it. It's like having a beautiful girl who's pretty without makeup, who's pretty without all that accessories, with all the extra bullshit. So I'm just like, part of me, I'm happy to be back OEM plus, making more power to OEM obviously, but you know what I mean? Like, that's not a sleeper build, but it's a classy, timeless. That's what I'm looking for. Classy, timeless. I'm tired of that in your face kind of nonsense. I think I'm over that. And now for the main event, what you can see right here, I upgraded my top mount intercooler, my charge cooler. I upgraded it to a WAGNER tuning intercooler. This is one of the few that actually have benefits in terms of horsepower and cooling. This thing is huge. It barely fits. That's why I'm not rocking the engine cover right now. That's literally why I'm not rocking the engine cover, because it slightly rubs right here. Kind of like the look of the engine without the engine cover. It's just like, it looks a little different than everybody else who has the engine cover on the top. Plus, it also helps with the heat. So without the engine cover, you're not really holding that much heat. But anyways, back to the story here, back to the main event. I love this WAGNER top mount intercooler. This thing is huge. This thing friggin' works. The car pulls hard on the highway. Like, you just know you're always getting good cold air. Plus my P3 vent gauge tells me my air intakes are lower. This thing is amazing. The reason I went with it, my OEM one was actually still functioning perfect. It didn't have the typical cracks that would happen here and here where the plastic starts to separate on the OEM one. Mine was good. What I had was a coolant leak from the tanks in the front, and while I was at it, I upgraded the tanks in the front, for the coolant, and the one in the back for the intercooler here. I upgraded that, and while I was at it, I was like, you know what? I think I deserve to have a big boy upgrade. This, to me, is a very important mod right there. The car is always running cool now. Like, I feel like I unlock more horsepower. Like, if I were to ever dyno this car, I'm sure it would show it's making more than you think. WAGNER Tuning really did their thing with this. It's German engineering. It's not the CSF Chinese garbage they sell you that doesn't actually perform. Though I will say there are certain fitment issues. Like I said earlier, there are a little certain fitment issues. I'm not running the stock. I'm not running the engine cover because it was rubbing right here, but that's not a big deal. You can still cut the engine cover and run it right there. But the main thing is the fact that this thing is so huge. Look, it's rubbing the hood right there, right here. You could definitely cut this piece here that rubs because it's not gonna affect the actual hood at the top. Or you could try to bend it in or bang it in with a hammer, which I did, but with no luck, and end up leaving little scratches there. So I'll most likely get a hole saw and drill a hole through here, which will look much like the OEM holes all over the hood as you take a look. I don't find that to be a big deal. It's been rubbing like that for over a week, and that's as far as it got. I don't think it'll rub anymore, but I'm still gonna most likely just cut a hole right there just to get rid of that so it's not rubbing anymore. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think about the new setup, about the new look, the new mods, and of course let me know what you think about the new video quality I have here. I got a Sony ZV-E10. Maybe I'm saying those letters and numbers in the right order, but it's a new camera. It's very professional. I really like it, and let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. You gotta stay tuned.